I heard it call my name exactly 3:17 in the morning, and the voice that came from my bathroom wasn't quite human, but it knew things only I should know. I wasn't even supposed to be awake. My phone had died hours earlier, no alarm set, no reason to be conscious at that hour. But something pulled me out of sleep like a hand reaching into deep water, dragging me up to the surface where the darkness of my bedroom felt heavier than it should. The kind of darkness that presses against your chest. My eyes opened to complete silence, the kind that makes your ears ring, and for a moment I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out what woke me. That's when I heard the water running in the bathroom. Not a drip, not a leak. The faucet fully turned on, water hitting the porcelain sink in a steady stream. I live alone. I've lived alone for 8 months now, ever since the breakup, and I'm careful about things like that, obsessively careful. I check the locks twice. I turn off every faucet. I leave no windows cracked. So hearing that water running made my stomach drop in a way I can't fully describe. I should mention, if you're enjoying this story, you're in the right place. Here at Horror Chapters, we bring you real experiences that'll make you question what's actually possible in the dark. Hit that subscribe button now, because what happened next is something I still can't explain. And you won't want to miss where this goes. I sat up slowly, listening. Just the water, nothing else. My apartment is small, a 1-bedroom with the bathroom right across from my bed, maybe 15 feet away. The door was open. I always sleep with it open because I hate the feeling of closed doors at night, like something could be waiting behind them. But now I was regretting that choice because I could see the darkness inside that bathroom doorway, thicker somehow than the darkness of my bedroom, and the sound of that running water felt wrong, too loud, too deliberate. I reached for my phone before remembering it was dead. No flashlight, no way to call anyone. Just me and whatever was happening in my bathroom at 3 in the morning. Hello? My voice came out smaller than I wanted. No response. Just water, endless water. I stood up, my legs shaking, and I know what you're thinking. Why didn't I just stay in bed? Why didn't I run? That fear does strange things to logic. Part of me needed to know, needed to prove to myself that I'd just left the faucet on, that there was a rational explanation, because the alternative was too terrifying to accept. I took one step toward the bathroom, then another. The hardwood floor was cold under my bare feet, and I became hyper-aware of every small sound. My breathing, the creak of the floorboards, that relentless water. 3 more steps and I was at the doorway. The bathroom was dark, but I could see the outline of the sink, the mirror above it reflecting nothing but blackness. The water was definitely running, pouring out of the faucet in a thick stream, and I reached around the doorframe, fumbling for the light switch. Click. Nothing happened. I flipped it again and again. The light was dead, but it had worked fine when I brushed my teeth before bed. I specifically remembered turning it off, watching the bathroom go dark before I walked back to my bed. My heart was hammering now, and I stepped into the bathroom, guided by muscle memory, reaching for the faucet. My hands found the cold metal and I twisted it off. The water stopped immediately, and the silence that followed was somehow worse than the sound had been. I stood there in the dark, my wet hands gripping the edge of the sink, and I could feel it, that presence. The certainty that I wasn't alone. The air felt different, charged with something I couldn't name. And then I heard it. My name, whispered from somewhere behind me, from the corner where my shower stood. A voice that sounded like my mother's voice, but my mother has been dead for 3 years. The exact tone she used to use when she'd check on me late at night when I was a child, gentle and concerned, and hearing it then in my dark bathroom at 3 in the morning made every hair on my body stand up. Sweetheart, that's what it said. That's what she used to call me. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. My reflection in the mirror was invisible in the darkness, but I could feel eyes on me, watching, waiting. Mom? The word escaped before I could stop it, and I hated myself for saying it, for giving voice to the impossible hope and terror mixing in my chest. The silence stretched. 5 seconds, 10, 20, nothing. I backed out of the bathroom slowly. My eyes locked on that corner where the shower was, expecting something to move, to lunge, to reveal itself, but nothing did. I made it back to my bedroom and grabbed my phone charger, jamming it into the wall with shaking hands. The screen lit up. 3:19 a.m. I turned on my phone's flashlight and pointed it at the bathroom. Empty. Just a normal bathroom. Sink, toilet, shower. Nothing out of place. The logical part of my brain started working overtime, trying to rationalize. Old pipes. Auditory hallucination. Sleep paralysis, maybe, even though I'd been standing and moving. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. I sat in my bed with every light I could turn on blazing, scrolling mindlessly through my phone, trying to convince myself I'd imagined it. When the sun finally came up, I felt ridiculous, embarrassed even. I checked the bathroom in daylight. Everything was normal. The light worked fine. The faucet wasn't dripping. No signs of anything unusual. I went to work exhausted, drank too much coffee, told myself it was just stress and lack of sleep playing tricks on me. But that night, I left the bathroom door closed. Nothing happened. No voices, no running water. I slept through the night, and by the next morning, I'd almost forgotten about it. Almost. 3 days passed normally. I started to relax. Started to feel stupid for being so scared. And then it happened again. 3:17 a.m. exactly. I woke up to the sound of the bathroom door creaking open, the hinges groaning in the silence, even though I'd closed it, even though I'd made sure. And then my name again, louder this time. But it wasn't my mother's voice anymore. It was my voice, calling to me from inside the bathroom, like I was in there talking to myself. And the wrongness of hearing my own voice coming from that dark doorway made me want to scream. "Come here," it said, in my voice, with my inflection. "I need to show you something." I pulled my blanket up to my chin like a child, like fabric could protect me from whatever was happening. My phone said 3:17, always 3:17. "I know you're scared," my voice again, drifting out from the bathroom, conversational now, almost kind, "but you need to see this. You need to understand. What are you?" I managed to whisper. Silence. Then a sound I'll never forget. Laughter. My laughter, but wrong. Like it was being played through a broken speaker, distorted and too slow. I didn't go into the bathroom that night. I stayed in my bed, frozen, listening to it move around in there. The faucet turned on and off. The shower curtain scraped across the rod. Footsteps on the tile floor, bare feet slapping against wet porcelain, even though the floor should have been dry. At 5 a.m., it stopped, just like that. Complete silence. And when the sun came up, I found the bathroom exactly as I'd left it. Dry, empty, normal. I called my landlord and reported electrical issues with the light. He came that afternoon, tested everything, said it all worked fine, asked me if I was feeling okay. I lied and said yes. I should have left. Should have gone to a hotel, stayed with a friend, anything but remain in that apartment. But part of me needed to know what it wanted, what it was. And another part, the part I don't like to acknowledge, was curious about what it meant when my own voice said I needed to understand. So I stayed and I waited. I came back every night after that, always at 3:17. Always starting with my name, but the voice changed each time. My father, who I haven't spoken to in years. My ex, saying things he used to say. My best friend from childhood who moved away. A teacher I had in 5th grade. People from my life, pulled from my memory, and used as masks for whatever was calling to me from that bathroom. I started recording it on my phone, holding it up in the darkness. But when I'd play back the audio in the morning, there was nothing, just silence and my own breathing. Like it only existed in that moment, in that specific time and space, and any attempt to capture it or prove it dissolved in daylight. On the 7th night, I decided I had to go in, had to confront it. I couldn't keep living like this, couldn't keep losing sleep, couldn't keep questioning my sanity. 3:17 came. The bathroom door opened on its own. "I've been waiting," it said, and this time the voice was unfamiliar. A child's voice, high and sweet. "I've been waiting such a long time." I got out of bed. My hands were steady now, steadier than they'd been all week. Fear had transformed into something else, resignation maybe, or just exhaustion. I walked to the bathroom doorway and stopped. "What do you want from me?" "Just to talk," the child's voice said. "Just to be remembered." Remembered? I stepped inside. The bathroom was freezing, my breath visible in small clouds. What does that mean? The temperature dropped further. I could see frost forming on the mirror, spreading in delicate patterns across the glass. And in that frost, something was being written, drawn by an invisible finger. A date, my birthday, but the year was wrong. It was 1 year before I was born. "I don't understand," I said. "You were supposed to be 2, the child's voice whispered, coming from everywhere now, surrounding me. "We were supposed to be 2. My blood went cold in a way that had nothing to do with the temperature. My mother had never talked about it, but I found the hospital records once when I was a teenager, snooping through old boxes in the attic. A twin. I was supposed to have a twin. She'd lost the baby early, before the 2nd trimester, before it was really even a baby at all." "No," I said, backing toward the door. "No, that's not..." "You weren't..." "I was," the voice said, and now it sounded like my voice again, but younger, smaller. "I was supposed to be here. Supposed to be with you. And I've been trying so hard to reach you, to make you remember me, to make you acknowledge that I existed, even for a little while." The frost on the mirror spread further, and I could see shapes forming. 2 children holding hands. Stick figures, crude and simple, like a child might draw. "I'm sorry," I heard myself saying, tears streaming down my face. "I'm so sorry." "Don't be sorry," the voice said, softer now. "Just remember me. That's all I want. Just know that I was real, even if I never got to be." The cold began to fade. The frost on the mirror started melting, the drawing dissolving into water that ran down the glass in silent streams. And the presence, that heavy feeling of being watched, of not being alone, began to lift. But before it disappeared completely, before whatever it was let go, I heard one more thing. 3:17 was when it happened, the voice whispered, barely audible now. "The moment I stopped existing. That's why I come back then. That's the only time I can." And then silence. Real silence. The kind without weight or presence or hidden meaning. I stood in that bathroom for a long time, crying for something I'd never known I'd lost, for a person who never got the chance to become a person. And when I finally looked at myself in the mirror, in the streaks of melted frost, I could swear I saw 2 reflections for just a moment, just a heartbeat. Before it was only me again. I still live in that apartment. The bathroom light still works. The faucet doesn't turn itself on anymore. At 3:17 a.m., when I sometimes still wake up, there's nothing but silence and darkness and the ordinary sounds of an old building settling. But sometimes, very rarely, I catch a glimpse of something in the mirror, a shadow that doesn't quite match my own, a flicker of movement that shouldn't be there. And instead of fear, I feel something else, something like comfort, something like knowing I'm not completely alone, even when I am. If this story connected with you, if it made you think about the things we lose before we even know we have them, leave a comment below. Tell me about your 3 a.m. moments. Share this with someone who needs to know they were not crazy for the things they hear in the dark. And remember, Some hauntings aren't about fear. Some are just about being remembered, because the scariest thing isn't what calls your name from the bathroom at 3 in the morning. It's the thought that maybe, just maybe, it has every right to be there, and you're the one who forgot. Sweet dreams. Or whatever comes instead.